All right, so I've never made a standing desk video before, and so I figured I'd give it a shot today. Typically, when I make my videos, I'm either sitting on my sofa back here or I'm sitting on this chair. But I figured, hey, why not make a standing desk video? Because I have a standing desk and I thought it'd be kind of neat. At least I'm not having to sit down. Anyway, I think this video today is going to be kind of short. I had a really great day of work today, but I feel like it's one of those pivotal days where I learned a lot, or just little nuggets of wisdom that I think over time are really going to help me in my career. And I just want to share that with anyone that might also be in corporate America, any corporate type of job, and see if it resonates with people in the audience. So, like I normally do, I have my notes pulled up right here on Notion. It's the preferred piece of software I use to take notes. And without further ado, let's get started. So, these are just three random tidbits, not really random, but things I've thought about for a long time, but they really clicked in today. Three things about corporate America that may resonate with you. And if they do, let me know in the comments and see if we can start a conversation. So, the first thing right here is that everything is an opportunity. So, when you're in corporate America, especially if you're someone that's driven, you're someone that wants to climb the corporate ladder, I know to some of you that might sound crazy, but some people really do enjoy their work and they actually want to make an impact at the job they currently have. So, they want to climb that corporate ladder. I just feel like every single thing is an opportunity. There's going to be plenty of times where you're given amazing work, novel, greenfield work, and there's going to be times when you're given menial, just rote tasks that are extremely boring. But all all these tasks, no matter where they lie in the spectrum, there's an opportunity there, right? So think about the novel greenfield tasks that you have here, the big projects that you might get a couple times a year, maybe if you're lucky even more times, or maybe unfortunately if you're unlucky, maybe you don't get it at all, especially maybe if you're more junior. But on these ones, you really have an opportunity to sort of set a legacy, really decide the direction of something, be the expert on it, be the one that people go to for help, be the one that leads the people, be the one that leads the pack. You get to pick the technologies you're working with. I'm coming at this from more of a software engineering point of view, but see if you can try to relate it to whatever field you're in. Right? Maybe you're like a product manager, you're the one that's going to dictate the process for the first time. You're going to be the one that sets the rules for everyone else to succeed. Again, if you're a software engineer, you're going to be doing the system design, you're going to be studying the components, picking the technologies to work with. So on that side of the spectrum, you get to do a lot of the leading and you really get to showcase your skills as a leader. Communication's going to come into play, organization will come into play, and being able to communicate effectively is going to come into play. Right now, let's look at the other side: menial tasks that are rote, that are quite boring. A very good opportunity here is, for example, if you see that you can automate something, maybe come up with a way to automate it. If there's an opportunity to document something that maybe is alien, not really many people know how to do it, you can document it and make it known. So it's all just really a mindset shift. Like, no matter where you sit on the spectrum, always how you look at it is an opportunity. So when you go into your job tomorrow, if you're in corporate America, you're watching this video, I want you to think about the current thing you're working on and see how you can 10x it. I know that's an overloaded term in the career. Everyone wants to be a 10x something, but really think about how you can differentiate yourself. Everyone that has come before you and has been given that task maybe has just wanted to do it really quickly and get out of the way, and maybe that's okay, and maybe it's good enough, but you want to be great. How can you make it different? I'll give you a perfect example. On menial tasks at work that I do, I gave the example of documentation because there will be so many people that do the same amount of thing. Let's say every couple of weeks there is a small amount of work that needs to be done, some type of maintenance work. So a developer will get assigned to it, they'll do the work, and then they just move on. But every single time that someone does that work, it's tough. It's foreign. There's not like an easy documented way on how to do it. So if I just took the time and documented it and made a post about it and told people, hey, this is how you can do this thing, and we can start creating like a living, breathing document that explains how we can do that every subsequent time. Or even if I said, hey, I created a tool so we no longer have to do this, think about how much better I just made myself in front of my peers. Think about the opportunities that can lead to, right? Because I took something boring and made it easy, right? I think about a brand new task. Imagine I'm coming up with a new process for doing something. I'm leading, right? Maybe I want to make a document that gives all my design decisions, right? I want to showcase how I can plan something, how I can lead a group of people. So just always take the opportunity to showcase your skills, whether it's a really fun task or a really boring task. And something else I have here, which kind of lends into what I just said: be able and willing and be flexible. So if you're in a moment, let's say you just finished something and your boss has something to do with you or something to give to you, don't worry so much about doing the latest and greatest thing. Just be willing and able. Just say, yeah, I'm available for that. I'm down to do it. Let's do it. Be positive. Be a positive force in your team, because other people will see that you are that way, and they'll also want to work with you, and it might even encourage your broader team to want to do the same thing. So just be that force that gets things done and makes it easier for other people to work on the same thing. So that pretty much covers point one right there, which is that everything is an opportunity. And I think this is very true. And let me know if you have noticed the same thing, because I feel like I see it all the time. And when you switch your mindset to that, I think work will just be a lot more satisfying, and you'll end up with a lot more opportunities than you would have if you didn't think this way. Okay, the second thing is, don't be scared to ask for help. Okay, when you ask questions, when I used to work at Disney World, I made a video a couple days ago, last week. I'm just turning on my screen again to get some light. I made a video last week about the 2 times that I worked at Disney World, one for a Disney college program and also one for a Disney professional internship. So one of my mentors, when I worked on my professional internship, he told me, when I first started, this is me so naive. I didn't know anything, and I was constantly asking questions. Like, I asked a question, go to my desk. Oh, I got to ask a question. I would go back to him. Oh, ask the question. Okay, got the answer. Go back to my desk. Oh, I thought about something. Go back, ask the question, so on and so forth. Eventually, this person told me, hey, you know what you can do is write up a list of questions you want to ask me, and then maybe one morning, maybe like twice a week, we'll get together. We'll spend half an hour going over all your questions. We can take notes. I can give you answers. We can sort of brainstorm different ideas, and that would be a much more effective way. And while you're compiling that list of questions, put a lot of thought into it, right? When you ask a question, don't just say, hey, how do I do this? I need help, right? A better way of approaching it is, hey, has anyone else run into this issue? I feel like I need help with this. Here are the steps I took, and none of these things still worked. Has anyone run into something similar, and what can I do to move forward? How can I unblock myself? Show others that you're inquisitive. Show others that you really went above and beyond to try and understand the question, and maybe even provide some insights that no one else has thought about, right? Don't be afraid to ask for help, because I know, and I'm sure you know if you're in corporate America, that sometimes our ego gets in the way, and we don't want to ask questions because we think we can figure it out, and then we don't figure it out, and then the deadline comes, and now your manager might ask you, how come you didn't ask for help? Right? Because that's happened to me, and I'm sure that's happened to you if you're watching this video. So very important to ask for help. And let's see what else we have here. So yeah, exactly like I said already, frame the question well and show that you put thought into it. I think, again, that a great idea is to keep something like a notepad around, maybe Evernote or Notion. Whenever you stumble onto something, write all the things you took or all the steps you tried to do to solve the problem, right? And then ask someone for that. Even include screenshots or videos or anything to make your case as best as possible, right? If you feel like it's something super simple, maybe just ask the question straight up. But if it's something more complex, take the time again to show that you really dove into it and try to understand it to the best of your ability, because people are only going to like you for that. And again, when you share the steps that you took, it might enlighten others in your team and say, I never even thought to take that step myself. Maybe I should do the same thing. And again, it will encourage the broader team to get into this culture of asking questions in this way. And now everyone is better off for it. So question everything. My manager literally told me today, I had a one-on-one with him, and I said, I feel like people are scared to ask questions. I don't know if it's a team culture thing or if it's an individual thing, but he told me something simple like, I'd be happy if people just simply asked why. Question everything. Learn how things work. Right? So I guess now we're getting to a different type of question. The one side of the question everything thing is, I need help with something I'm working on. And the other thing is, I want to understand something. When I first started in my career, my manager told me, you can't be a yes man. Like, I wanted to be a yes man. I wanted to say yes to everything, and I simply couldn't be, because there were just things I didn't understand, but I wanted to make it seem like I did I wanted to make it seem like I did understand the thing, but I didn't, and then it got me into trouble later on. So if you're like that, don't be afraid to ask questions. Go into a meeting with a notepad. Go into a meeting with your laptop. Tell people I'm taking notes. Right? Ask why things work the way they do. Really understand them, because then you become the expert, and now you're way better, right? Or if you really need help with something, either ask the question directly if it's simple, or take the time, craft a nice set of questions, something you can really brainstorm like with someone on, and then go from there. Okay, now the third and final thing I have here is accept and be open to criticism from all parts of the chain. Now, we all have our egos. We all know that, some of us are junior, some of us are senior, and we feel like when we're senior, we don't want to ask junior people for help. When we're junior, we certainly don't want to ask more junior people for help. But that's not really the approach that I think we should be taking. There's a famous podcaster, I believe he was, I'm actually going to look this up, but I won't show it because it's just one search. Jocko Willink. He's an author, it says here. but he's a retired United States Navy officer who served in the Navy SEALs and is a former member of SEAL Team 3. So I forget in the video that he talked about, but he mentioned how to be a good leader. And one of the things was taking commands from any, I guess, hierarchy in the chain, right? It doesn't matter where the person is, everyone can provide valuable insights, right? Typically, the more senior people are going to have a lot of wisdom, and the more junior people will have a fresh set of eyes. So if you are struggling with something, let's say I've been working for 7 years, and there's going to be someone that's maybe 15 years more senior than I am that will have very good insight into something, a lot of wisdom, has probably run into the problem thousands of times, and can give me very good background as to why it's happening, you know, or maybe if they're going to criticize me, I will be more accepting of it because they're senior. But if someone more junior is giving you help or is criticizing you on something, you have to imagine that they're just starting, so they're seeing this fresh. A lot of us, we are in a position for so many years, we get tunnel vision, but this person that they just started, they're fresh. They have a fresh set of eyes. So if they criticize you on something, right, and as long as it's honest and open criticism and they're not just like bashing you, accept it, take it, enjoy it, because that's only going to make you better. And I promise you, the person that gives you criticism, again, as long as it's honest and open and it's meaningful, it's constructive, they're going to enjoy working with you. And if you get people on your side and they enjoy working with you, it will only make your job that much more fun and interesting and just better for everyone else. So again, doesn't matter where the criticism or feedback or suggestions or questioning is coming from, whether it's someone more senior or whether it's someone more junior, just accept it from all places and be open to it, right? The whole thing here is be open to criticism, be open in your decision making, and just realize that we're all human, right? We're all human. If you work in a good team, normally the people on the team are in it for a singular goal. Everyone's trying to head in the same direction. So don't try to be so, have too much ego or be too competitive, because it doesn't make for a good work environment. So that's really all I had. 3 major things. So everything is an opportunity. Don't be scared to ask for help, and accept and be open to criticism from any part of the hierarchy chain. Or isn't there what is the thing that Jordan Peterson says? The social hierarchy or something? Jordan Peterson hierarchy? The hierarchies of competence, maybe. There's differing levels, the hierarchy of competence. Just accept feedback from all levels and be open to it. So if you enjoyed this, if you're in corporate America, perhaps this resonated with you. And again, if you're on my channel, I might be wondering, what is this person talking about? He talks about Disney one day, and then, a series of unfortunate events the other day in books, and then now this. I'm just exploring topics that interest me. And if they interest you and you resonate with them, leave me a comment. Let's start a discussion and see where we go. So anyway, yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all in my next upload. Remember, I try to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, which probably manifests in like Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads. I record the videos on those days, but sometimes I have to upload them the day after because my computer is sometimes slow, so exporting it from Premiere Pro just takes some time. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time. Later.